Have you ever suffered a significant injury? Look, I'm not one of those TV lawyers. That's not why I'm asking you that question, but I promise that will make sense here in a second. Look, if you've ever broken a bone or been in a car accident or anything like that, you know it can be scary. And for me, the scariest injury I remember getting was being hit by a wooden sword in the corner of my head, right here. I was playing outside with some of my friends and I got hit by a toy sword. It was just right above my eye. And when I got hit, I remember everything went white. And when I looked down, I could tell I was bleeding really, really badly. The only thing that helped me not completely freak out when that happened was the people who were with me. See, my friends ran over to check on me to make sure I was okay. And then I remember my dad running out of the house and basically like scooping me up to put me in the minivan that was at the end of the driveway to take me to the doctor. Now, I remember the injury and everything, but what's funny is I also remember after that having a pretty normal night after being at the hospital. I remember laying on the couch, surrounded by my family, watching some TV show that I was into, probably on Nickelodeon or something like that, and just having a pretty average day. I just had this massive bandage on my head that wasn't there when the day started. And when I think about it, it's actually a little bit crazy to me that just in a matter of hours after experiencing this intense pain from this injury that was really scary, I was actually able to have a pretty normal night with my family, all things considered. And why is that? Well, I think that that's because the presence of the right people at the right time can make all the difference. See, I was scared by what had happened, but I knew I wasn't alone. It's important to recognize those around us who keep us from feeling alone, but it's even more important to see the same thing in God. In the book of Exodus, we read a story about Moses, about how God protected him and used him in incredible ways to do things pretty much from the moment he was born that nobody else had ever done before. Prior to this passage that we're about to look at, Moses had actually run away from Egypt where he was born because he killed an Egyptian slave master who had been mistreating a slave. Now, Moses probably would have been content to stay hidden away in Midian where he had run away to, but God had other plans for his life. In Exodus chapter 3, it says, "Now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian. And he led the flock to the far side of the wilderness and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. There, the angel of the Lord appeared to him in the flames of fire from within the bush. Moses saw that the bush was on fire and it did not burn up. So Moses thought, I will go over and see this strange sight. Why does this bush not burn up? And the Lord saw that he had gone over to look, and God called to him from within the bush, saying, Moses, Moses." See, God wanted to use Moses to free his people from slavery. So he appears to him in this burning bush that, again, imagine seeing something burn but not disappear. And then he calls him back to Egypt to lead his people. And that's when Moses asks. Back to Exodus chapter 3, starting in verse 13. Moses said to God, "Suppose I go to the Israelites and say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me to you. And they ask me, what is his name? What shall I tell them?" And God said to Moses, "I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you." Now, it's easy for us to read that statement of I am as an existence statement, like God is saying, I am God, or I am the Lord. But when God says his name is I am, he's actually communicating more than just I exist. He's saying, I am present. So basically, God is telling Moses to tell the people, I am present has sent me to you. And what happened next in God freeing his people from what they were experiencing in Egypt would be an object lesson for all generations, including us, that God is I am, present with his people in anything they face at any time. And anytime God is present, there's certainty of some things. Certain that he is paying attention, that he cares, that he's there to help you overcome anything that you face because he is present with you. Remember, the presence of the right people at the right time can make all the difference. And more importantly, the presence of God at all times can make all the difference.